Hello Taurus, welcome to GRAYCI'S Gamut. Today I will be doing a love and relationship reading for you. Remember that this is a general reading, it is not a personal read. Take what's for you, leave the rest, but stick around long enough to know the difference. Also, it is timeless. Take this energy from when you see the read to a few weeks out. We are going to pull a Dark Mirror Oracle and then a Priestess of Light, or two, whichever comes out, whatever you need. Kind of seeing the light or the darker side of things, okay, for you for the week. Remember that take it as it resonates. It may be, both may be for you, or one or the other. All right, let's get right into it here with the Dark Mirror Oracle. We have envious gluttony. Envious gluttony. Somebody I feel is wants more than what they have, wants more in their relationship than what they're getting. Maybe needing, I feel like you crave it, need more affection, needing more time from your person possibly. If you are not in a relationship, I feel like you crave what others have. So just be mindful that it can get very vicious in your mind when, if someone isn't acting in a way like you see other people acting towards their significant other, and doing things that other people do for their love connection. It can be very frustrating, and you could have a lot of, like I said, envious gluttony. You could have a lot of things weighing on your mind, and things that aren't necessarily that your person, there may cause arguments because your person isn't doing what you think they should be doing or what you want them to do, no matter, could be you telling them or not. Some of you may not be telling them that this is what you want. You just figure like if they loved you, they would just act accordingly, right? But maybe they don't know that, and they need you to tell them, okay? We're going to go into the Priestess of Light here. What does Taurus need to know at this time? Ooh. Almost lost control of it that time. Okay. I'm going to keep this one as well since it jumped out too. First one up is Grateful Optimism, Joyous View of the Future. And we have Tenderness, True Love, Compassion. You know, in combination with this, and it's funny because, you know, the joyous, or should I say, the envious gluttony is a number 9. The tenderness is also a number 9. I feel like this is embarking on a new way. This is going to be a little awkward here. I'm going to put you right up there. That'll make it easier. A new level in your love life. I feel like communication. I feel like someone being more grateful for the person that they have. If you really step back and you look and you think that maybe, you know, some people aren't capable of thinking ahead of time. Some people are not as in tune with their partner, maybe, to catch the feelings and all that. Usually over time that develops, but sometimes it just does not, because that person doesn't have the frame of mind to notice these things, right? And I feel like this looking onto things, not saying you're not grateful for your person, but if you're feeling like they're not doing enough, maybe they think they are. And maybe showing them gratitude for the things that they do. Sorry, there's a loud vehicle going by. But I don't know if you can hear it, but I feel like it'll change the way you see how things are gonna flow. And the tenderness, I feel like it will change. We have the number 9, which is right on the cusp of having what you ever wanted. And I do feel like there's a change evolving here for a lot of you in your relationships, once you realize that. Okay, let's I'm not gonna go to the books on these because I feel like the energy is really outright in what's going on here, and what it wants to say. We're going to go straight to the body of your read here. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. The Knight of Swords in the upright, coming up in a love read like this, I feel like maybe someone just see how he's just racing forward. He's got his sword drawn, ready to fight any given moment. Not stopping to smell the roses, right? Not stopping to pay attention to what is really, maybe, possibly, how your person really feels. Communicating with sword, communicating with fighting all the time, and arguments, because you don't stop to think about what you say, for some of you, before you speak. You may say things that you know will set your person off. I'm not saying that you start the arguments necessarily. I'm saying that maybe this feeling of them not doing enough is kind of, for some of you, overtaking. Remember, take it as it resonates. If it doesn't sound like your relationship, then don't, then we'll move on from that and we'll see what else comes out, okay? I'm just talking of the fact that this is racing forward. Racing forward, maybe saying, and it's about, the swords are about communication. They can be about, defensiveness and holding up that sword and trying to protect. But it's like, I feel like someone jumps straight to, you think that what they're saying is possibly a, something negative, when in reality they just, when they go looking for a cookie at the cookie jar and they just haven't been put in the jar yet and it's empty, and they're like, did you eat all the cookies? First thing you're thinking of, they're telling you you're fat, and in reality they just wanted a cookie and they want to know where the cookies are, right? And you take offense to it. You automatically, here comes the sword, and the argument ensues. It's in the reverse. I feel like this is like, slow down. This is fast energy, right? In the reverse, I feel like this may be how you were in the past as well. And with it in the reverse, this may be how you've been reacting to some things. And I feel like this is, in the reverse, is right off the bat telling you to slow down and have gratitude for what you do, what they are doing, maybe. Maybe show them. And for some of you, it's not going to matter. Your person may be someone who's just an ass, okay? And either you deal with that or you move on from that. But I feel like for some of you, there's miscommunication because of it, all right? That's what I'm trying to get here above all else. All right, let's see what else comes out here for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? We have two cards. Oh, we have a Tower and we have the Fool. Tower and the Fool coming out together. It's begun, I think it's on the edge of this tower. Things crashing down. But once again, I always say with this deck, it looks like they're jumping, right? It's looking like they're freely jumping to this tower. Like, change needs to be had, okay? Change needs to be had. The way you think about your partner's actions or whatever. Unless they're really doing something, you know what I'm saying? If you have proof and they're really doing something right, then it's going to come crashing down no matter what, eventually. But I feel like this is wanting a change. Both of you wanting a change. Both of you wanting to clear the air and get things moving more in this direction, okay? And you have the Fool that came out with this tower. I feel like taking a risk. Needing to take a risk and maybe changing up the routine, changing up the way you're looking at things. Maybe beginning to, I feel like breaking it back down to the bare minimum, the bare beginning of, another loud vehicle, I'm sorry, a loud beginning, loud, I said loud, oh my goodness, thinking about this truck going by, the bare essentials, the bare beginnings, the bare, what brought you together? What was the reason for it? I mean, how did you meet? Thinking about the way you looked at them in the beginning, and that sometimes we forget all that, we may forget, that You can remember the scenario, you can remember the scene, but can you feel the way it felt? You know? Can you let yourself just relax and meditate or whatever you need to do in quiet? I know it's hard with families and that, but get back to who you both were in the beginning. And I feel like this is doing something different, doing something you haven't been doing up until now, and see if it makes the difference. I believe it will, okay? Approaching it differently, approaching it from an aspect that you haven't yet. Slowing down, taking your time. Ace of Cups, this is a no if somebody asks something. It's in the reverse. I feel like this aces are gifts. I feel like that's why getting back to the raw essential you guys, you and your partner, right? Getting back to this, and this could be about friendships as well. So just be mindful of that. I'm feeling more on the love side, but you know, you could love a friend, right? And things happen there as well. But I feel like with this, in the past, you were given this opportunity, okay? You may have needed love. You may have needed the affection and what this person brought to the table at the time, right? Whether you feel like they're doing that now or not. I feel like this was may have been something that was trying to be blessed upon you. And to be cherished, to be, I just feel like getting back to the rawness of what happened at the time. And if you can see, within that thing, things just fell into place. And if they fell into place naturally, I mean, easily, naturally, extra, it seeming like it was a magical event, right? I feel like you will see that this was something that was in alignment for what your life had to be, right? Or the relationship, what it was ended up, it was supposed to be a gift. It was supposed to be giving you something that you didn't have because you asked for it, right? Intentions that were set at the time, that maybe you were with somebody else, could have been you weren't getting from your partner what you wanted, things weren't right, things weren't good, and you asked for love, to a love that would be for you, and this one appeared to be, and now it seems to be falling apart. But look back on it. Look back on those magical events that put you in the path of each other, right? You have the Three of Pentacles here, which is about looking up to. I think at one point they put you on a pedestal in the beginning, right? Which happens a lot. One or the other in a relationship, in a connection, will put the other on a pedestal, like buying them flowers, or doing all that extra stuff. And I feel like it's in the reverse, because this is past tense. This is how they used to be with you, and this is part of what you want back, I feel. But I do feel like someone okay, we have judgment, judging. Someone is judging here, judging their partner, whether it be you to them or them to you, judging their partner because they're not doing the things that they used to do, okay? They're not doing the things that they see other, and it may not be just be what they were doing. You thought it was going that direction, and then they started, once love carried on, they began to change a little bit. And every little bit of change, you might be trying to see something very negative in it, when relationships pan out. You know what I'm saying? They even out. They, you know what, I want to liken it to gold rush, right? During the gold rush, they had these pans and they had holes in the bottom. They would go through scoop the rocks up into and let the water sift out so they could see what was in the pan and pick out the gold pieces, right? I feel like this is at that point in your relationship. You have already, in the beginning, you're scooping up the rocks in the water, right? The pebbles in the water. And this whole time you've been shaking it out to get to that raw piece. But you just sit there staring at it now, instead of picking the gold pieces out, picking the good stuff out, looking for that good pieces of this. Of the connection, right? It's just like almost like you need to put your glasses on in order to see it. You need a magnifying glass to see it, but it's still there. There's still a reason why this connection happened, okay? Wow. All right. I feel like for somebody, you're judging yourself on actions maybe that you have taken in the past, or felt like you made the wrong decision in getting with this person in the past. But there's no need for blame here. There's no need. Sometimes it's just about really being able, if some, you know, some relationships just aren't going to work. Some people are only meant to be in our life for a short time, to teach us something, to get us through something. That kind of thing. And it's just, they have to go, right? Eventually they will leave. But for some, it's just not being able to communicate. Anything else here for Taurus before I move on? Nope. You have the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck, overshadowing the read. There's a lot of pain here. There's a lot of feeling like they aren't somebody. I'm looking. I suddenly felt like the fact that the swords are about communication, right? And all of these swords are placed in this person's back, weighing them down. Someone here is talking about their person. They're talking down on their person. They're talking down on the connection. And these swords are all communication, and it's just stabbing them, right? Or this could be them to you. But I feel like it's about either talking to family and friends, or being on social media, talking about your relationship. And these are stabbing words. They're remembering everything you've ever said there, okay? To them, I feel like it's behind their back, or telling other people all the bad parts of the relationship, when there obviously is something good there, or you wouldn't still be there, right? Okay. Let's pull some cards for clarity here for you, Taurus. Let's see. Four of Swords, taking a rest, taking time away, and really evaluating. See, the heart is in there with her. She's curled up, feeling like you're back to the womb, right? Needing to go to, and then once again, I feel like saying going back to the beginning. And I'm going to put this right here because I feel like this is both parties in the relationship need to bring it all back, break it down to the beginning, and reevaluate why you're even together and the reasons why, and maybe sit there, sit there, just the two of you. If you have to get a babysitter and go to a nice hotel and just spend a night together and sip on wine or whatever you do, and communicate and talk to each other, and only talk about the good things that happen in the beginning of the relationship, okay? I see a couple sitting on a big bed and cross-legged Indian style and just sipping on their wine or whatever, and just only bringing up the things, writing down maybe even, and then telling each other one thing at a time, back and forth, what they loved about that person and why they wanted to be with them. Okay? I feel like somebody will do that or something similar, and it's really going to help. Okay, anything else here? We have the Six of Swords in the reverse. I feel like in the past this changed your life, this relationship. It's in the reverse because I feel like this is talking past tense. Get back to why they changed your life for the better, okay? And I feel like there definitely was a change for the better at some point. And I feel like somebody gave up a lot to be with this person as well. Gave up a lot to, I'm going to go over here again because I kind of feel like you took a lot of risks. You were the fool at the time. Not saying you were a fool, but the Fool card represents taking risks, doing, this may have been about leaving a marriage for someone, and now it just doesn't look like it's working out. But there had to be a reason why you were attracted to that person, okay? And I feel like just getting back to the beginning, getting back to remembering each other for who you were when you met for the first time, okay? And the attraction that was there. And stop talking to other people. Talk to your partner wholeheartedly, and do it'll do wonders, I tell you. We have the Strength card. Someone doesn't feel like they have the strength to go on anymore with this. But if you are to that point, then you have to decide whether it's worth it. Okay? Some of you may be dealing with a Leo, because this is Leo energy here as well. I'm going to put this here, because I feel like someone needs to learn how to stop judging themselves for what has happened. If you left someone else for this person, I feel like there may be some judgment of self and your choices that you made. But what's done is done. You can't reverse time. It would be wonderful if you could. And some people do end up with a second chance opportunity. You never know, right? You never know how this is going to go. But I feel like you need to stop judging yourself for decisions you made in the past. Leave the past in the past. Now is now. Even though really on a timeline, time was invented by man, right? Putting sections of time together. The universe long went on without it, okay? And everything you do can be changed. Everything that happens, you can't, not changed. I mean, your approach to it can change. And if you approach something differently, it's always going to end differently after that, okay? Just so you're aware. All right. We are going to pull a few cards for anything else, anybody else. If you have any other questions, you might want to ask now, and I will, whatever comes out, and how I feel about it, take it as it resonates. We have the Eight of Pentacles. It's worth working for, okay? This is about hard work, putting work and effort into something. I feel like someone may have asked, is this going to even be worth it? Is this going to change? Is it going to get better? And I feel like Spirit is saying, keep working on it, because things will change and things will feel differently. Wow. Or put more effort into it. For some of you, if you're on the other end of this whole thing and the way your person's acting, this may be you needing to put more effort in as well. So just be mindful of that. Just show them. Ten of Wands jumped out over here. This is Ten of Wands is about burdens or stresses. I feel like both of you came into the relationship with baggage here as well. The reason it jumped out over here. I feel like there's a lot of stress going on between you with whatever's been going on, and it's changed the way things are. I do feel like it's landed over here with the Four of Swords because it's needing to take that break I was talking of. Together, though, not apart, okay? And to resolve these issues. It's very well needed. Okay, anything else here for Taurus before I move on? Anything else they need to know? Two of Swords in the reverse jumped out over here. Okay, I feel like this is in the past as well here. It's about a choice. You made a tough choice in the past when you decided to be with this person for whatever reason. Whether it was because you were already in a relationship, or whether it was because you weren't sure of the connection and took a risk, took a chance, which I believe there's a lot of risk taking that went on here to be with this person. It is in the past, in the reverse. I feel like you have to, everybody has to live with their choices, right? I feel like just getting, like I said before, getting back to the reasons why you made this choice. And really focusing on the why of why you chose this person, the situation that you're in. And if that's when you're going to really see whether it's worth fighting for, okay? Whether it's worth working on getting back to where you were, if you can get back to where you were. You have the Ace of Swords. This is a yes if somebody asks something. Also, this is about, you have the gift of communication here, and communication is key, I feel like saying. Communication is key here. You have to open up, you have to really talk, and your person has to really open up and talk and tell truths. It's going to be difficult. I'm going to put this up over here next to Judgment. I feel like there's going to be some judgment. Even if you do this taking time together to go back and, you know, do the list and stuff, that, like I was saying, I feel like it's going to be, that in itself for some of you is going to be tough. Because you may have to make a list of the things that you are dislike about what the person's doing. And you got to accept that. You got to accept what it is that you're doing to upset your person and vice versa, and get over it. To get over it, okay? And I feel like this is what this is about. You need to be strong through it. You need to not judge the person for what they're going to tell you either, okay? Don't tell them that their feelings in the beginning were silly. Oh, that's a silly reason. That's not a reason. If they write it down on paper, it means something to them, okay? Wow. Okay. Anything else before I move on for Taurus here? Anything else for Taurus? Nope, I think that's it. That is it. We're going to pull a Grace card to close the read. Wow. Ultimately, I feel like there's a lot of work to be done within your relationships. Be mindful of this. And I'm kind of feeling connected with this envious gluttony and the swords over here, the Ten of Swords. I do feel a lot like talking about your partner or your relationship with others, maybe out in the open, like I said, on social medias maybe. Be very mindful of the pain that can be causing. And you can't expect a relationship to get better if you're out here telling everybody only the bad stuff, right? Because you get that bad negative feedback. If you tell the negative aspects only or mostly, you're going to get that negative, what are you even with this person for kind of thing, right? And they'll be like, get rid of them, And although you may think that that helps the situation, coerces your person into doing better, it makes it worse and drives a wedge between you, okay? All right, let's get into your Grace cards here, and these both flip, so we will keep them. Close. Well, stone just jumped off the table. All right, we have 3 of them. We have, whoa, pray. I am open and receptive to the power of grace in my life now. I ask to be shown clear examples of how this energy is opening and operating in my life. Okay? And then we have trust. The more we follow our intuition, the more we'll find that the right doors open to assist us in fulfilling our life's purpose. And then we have act. Charge forward. When we combine action with unwavering faith, the power of grace will meet our needs. And it's funny that these 3 cards came out together, because you have pray, which is kind of like meditation, really setting intentions, and asking for guidance in the situation. Then trust that your needs will be met. Trust that everything will work out, and then act upon that. Act upon, act and move forward in a way that is coincides with what you want, okay? All right, Taurus, that's it for this read. Please like, share, subscribe. Join my community here if you want to. Have a great week. I'll see you next video.